Hi, today is July 11th, 2023, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1120 for the year, Sea of Holes. As the plane landed in London, I looked up and saw what JetBlue had done with the ceiling, and I found it charming and reminiscent of that scene in Yellow Submarine where they find themselves in the sea of holes. Ringo picks up one of the holes and puts it in his pocket and says, "I've got a hole in me pocket." The hole comes in handy later, but I won't spoil the movie. Watching that film multiple times at the Waverly may be my earliest Beatles memory, so we sailed across the sky till we found the sea of holes. Yep, that's what we did. Poem number 1121, Cycle of Anger. She was so tired it made her angry, and the anger roused her, and she became so awake that her anger subsided, and she drifted off to sleep. Poem number 1122, The Inhibition. The artist was so shy and so unsure about the quality of his work that instead of having an exhibition, he had an inhibition. Rather than display his recent paintings, the gallery just showed little cards that described the works the artist would have shown had it been an exhibition rather than an inhibition. "The painting I would have shown here is a watercolor," one of the cards said, "and I'm really not good at watercolors. Which is why," the card continued, "the painting looks more like an amorphous smudge than the Hudson River, which is what it was supposed to be." Other cards explained why this or that work was too offensive, or too weak, or too meek, or mild, or mediocre, or otherwise inferior. People were intrigued by the inhibition, but they were curious about the works. They imagined that if they could see them, they would like them. But they imagined wrong. The artist was almost as untalented as he believed himself to be. The inhibition was one of the very few interesting ideas the artist had ever had. At least he knew it, and he had the good sense not to quit his day job as an art critic. Poem number 1123, Truth Is. Truth is I haven't gotten enough sleep. Truth is I don't feel 100%. Truth is I looked in the mirror a short while ago and I looked really old. Truth is sometimes hard to know, but not right now. Truth is, I know what the truth is, or at least I know the truth of the mundane shit that seems to be dominating my mind, but truth is, the mundane shit doesn't actually matter, and it often crowds out the shit that does. Truth is, I'd be a lot better off if I could be less mired in mundane shit, but try telling me that. And the last poem of the day, poem number 1124, Mundane Shit. Here's some mundane shit. The other day I got a call from this number, 614-344-1941. I didn't answer it because I never answer unknown numbers, but sometimes when I have too much time on my hands and I get a call from a number I don't recognize, I Google the number. It is rare that the identity of the caller is readily apparent, but this time it was. The call came from Simplicity Home Inspections in Ohio, which is strange because I was in Ohio less than 2 weeks ago. Now, isn't that some mundane shit? Tune in tomorrow for what might or might not be even more mundane shit. Maybe I will write about a dish towel that is also a ballet dancer. That doesn't sound mundane. That sounds almost interesting, but that's just one. Out of the next 5, I bet there will be at least one that will be really mundane. But if there are any good ones, maybe I will read them at the Hope and Anchor in Islington on Thursday. That would be not mundane of me, I think. As full of mundane shit as I am, occasionally I think maybe I am not so mundane. Okay, that's it. Thank you. First day in London. I'm barely awake, but I appreciate you. Thank you.